Hi, my name is Angela Till. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about a new option in vaccinations. It's actually a needle-free, painless patch that is applied to your skin instead of the needle injection. I was really excited whenever I first read about this because I personally don't like needles. Really, who does like needles? I don't know anyone that would choose a needle over a little patch on your skin. This could actually change the way that the healthcare is performed around the world. The designer, named Mark Kendall, who is a scientist of biomedical at the University of Queensland, has been working with the World Health Organization and the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. According to Lexi Hamilton-Smith with ABC News in Australia, he has been awarded the CSL Young Flory Medal, which is a very big deal in the medical world. The nanopatch is actually smaller than a postage stamp and attaches to your skin to administer the medication. During an interview with Gary Strauss of National Geographic, Kendall explains that the nanopatch, which attaches to the skin by a spring-loaded device, pushes medication into multiple cells just below the skin, a more effective immune response than needle syringes, which inject drugs into muscles. This is being developed to be a less stressful and an easier way for people to get vaccinations. When my daughter was 2 months old, I took her to the pediatrician for her well-child visit. I was dreading it. I knew this was going to be the visit that she started getting the routine shots. Of course, she got several vaccinations that day. Her and I both left the office in tears. The worst part was knowing that every couple of months we'd be doing it all over again. I would have done anything to prevent her from getting poked by a needle over and over. Anna Taddeo and several others conducted a survey and published it in the book titled Vaccine, and found that in this cross-sectional survey, a convenient sample of parents and children attending a public museum in Toronto, Canada, answered questions about needle fears and noncompliance with immunizations due to needle fear. Altogether, 24% of parents and 63% of children reported a fear of needles. Needle fear was the primary reason for immunization noncompliance for 7% and 8% of parents and children, respectively. That's a huge percentage whenever you're talking about vaccinations that can prevent childhood illnesses in the future. It's also really beneficial for adults and elderly to get the nanopatch. Charmaine Teo of the Australia Unlimited reports that the nanopatch has been tested in animals on vaccines for influenza, HPV, polio, malaria, West Nile virus, and pneumococcus. That could come in handy. People that need a flu vaccine every year, they don't want to go to the doctor because they're afraid the doctor's going to ask if they want a shot. They also don't want to go to the pharmacy. You stand in line at the pharmacy, the pharmacist says, hey, have you got your flu shot this year? Nobody wants to get a shot. If they had the nanopatch, more people would be willing to have them place it on their arm, get the medication without the pain. Jennifer McClellan and Mary A.M. Rogers' article in the Canadian Journal of Chemical Engineering show that an estimate for needle fear ranged from 20% to 50% in adolescents and 20% to 30% in young adults. Really, if you think about it, a lot of people probably don't like needles. I knew this lady that she went to the hospital about a year ago. She was getting ready to have surgery, had to have a heart test done. This sweet older nurse was giving her a shot, explaining to her that the medication was going to make her heart act the same way it would whenever she was under anesthesia. The next thing she knew, she woke up on the ground, several nurses around her picking her up onto a gurney. She had passed out because she was terrified of needles. She was humiliated. I know exactly how she felt because that lady was me. I cannot stand needles. So, in general, the nanopatch can be beneficial to children. They won't be afraid of doctors. They won't be so traumatized by routine injections. Beneficial to parents, not putting their child through those routine injections. It can be helpful to people who just need a flu vaccination, all the way up to the elderly. The nanopatch vaccine can be beneficial to everybody.